Exchange Bell's Corners edition. And it's really great to have you here. And we're going to take some words of wisdom from Mike. Over to you, Mike.
Well, no real wisdom this morning. It's just a little bit more of having a little fun game. And so let me share my screen. Let's see here. Okay. So I'm going to pop up this message. You probably saw this puzzle before. And I'm going to pop up this message. It's just a small paragraph. And I want you to see how many F's you can see in this sentence. I'm going to give you a few seconds. Okay. Ready? All right, let's see if I can expand this. That would probably be better. Okay, everybody can see that? Go ahead. I'll give you a few seconds. Don't say anything. 5 seconds left. Okay, so let me just minimize this here for a second and get my notes back up again. All right, so how many F's did you see? Sorry, Tony, you're on mute.
19.
19, okay.
19.
Anybody else?
3.
3? You said 3.
That's a 4.
8.
4. Okay, anybody else? Shane said thing. I should have told Josh he can't play this game because he's driving.
That's right. He has his F's along the way.
All right, so let's show of hands. How many saw 3? How many saw 4? How many saw 5? And how many saw 6? And just one person out there, Tony, saw what was it, 19, Tony?
I thought it was 19. Well, that's what I was told anyway. That's
I can't even look at you right now. All right, so let's bring it up here again. And I'm going to, let's see if this is the one, sorry. When I'm doing my share or what have you. And okay, so there are actually 6. And so let's take a look where they are. So if you can see my cursor here, that's one there, obviously, and that's one there. And let's see, scientific, look at that one. They split the word, so they made it a little bit tricky for you. And so where are the other 3? The other 3 are, there's one right there in the letter, in the word of,
yeah,
and another one in the word of, and one more down here. So there are 6 F's in the in this puzzle. Let me just stop share here for a second and get back to my notes. And so there's 6 F's. Now, if I asked you, because I say, how many did you see? So if you saw 2, that's the correct answer. If you saw 4, that's the correct answer. If I asked you how many F's are there, your answer could have been different. So this is what I found funny when I did this puzzle, because the first time I did it, I saw 3 myself. And so we counted them. There's 6 of them. And because we know our English language so well, we skip over the smaller words, in this case, the word of. And we don't, because we don't place so much importance on it. We're so tolerant, we know this language so well, or whatever. We just kind of gloss over when we read something in that case. So when I ask you to find the F's in the sentence, you would read the first 2 words, finish files. And the finish, the F, and the files, the F, is a strong F sound compared to the of, the F in the word of, or what have you. So the better that you are at your language, your native language, you will tend to gloss over smaller words like of, and, it, and that type of thing. So if you give this a puzzle to a person that does not speak our language or has any understanding of our alphabet, and when a translator tells them to find the F's in this paragraph, they will always get 6 because they're just simply counting the F's, not reading it. So I'm curious, when you communicate or email or text a coworker, employee, family member, do they gloss over your sentence? Therefore, are they missing your intention of your message? Something to consider. So let's just go right back right now because I want to show you something here. Okay, there are the 6 F's. I'm going to give you 15 seconds to find the 7th F. Okay, really focus. The other ones are highlighted for you. Find the 7th F. 5 seconds left. All right, I was only joking. There is no 7th F. Or expense or what have you. Anyway, so yeah, our English language. Are they glossing over stuff that you are sending out there or when you're communicating with somebody? Something to consider. Back to you, Bernie.
Mike, thank you so much. So, folks, we're on LinkedIn Live, and the link is in the chat. So, post your contact details in that space. And we're going to start off with Alex and then go to Josh, then Shane, then Carl, then Dwight. So, Alex, over to you, sir.
Okay, thanks. I'm Alex with eVolta Electric. We are an electrical contracting organization based in Ottawa with a focus on sustainability. So what that means is we'll work on projects where we can help people reduce their carbon footprint. And we do that through the supply and installation of EV charging stations, energy storage solutions. We're also involved in LED lighting and building automation work. And of course, being an electrical contractor, we'll do all kinds of general electrical work as well. So if there's any need or you know of anybody that needs electrical contractor, industrial, commercially, residentially, please give us a call and I will put our details in the chat. Thank you.
Alex, thank you so much. And Josh, over to you if you can.
Sec here.
You're good.
Yeah. Just pulling over. I'm Josh Lamb with Sterling Grace Technologies. We are your one-stop shop for all of your IT managed support needs and custom software needs and website development needs. So I'm in the car right now. I'm on my way to a customer site. Their backup server choked, and we're doing some disk swaps to make sure that we save that data and then get some new disks that are working in there so that we can get them back into backup business. They missed 1 day of backups as a result. Our goal is to make sure that they don't miss any more. If you are a business that has essential data on your computer, you should ask yourself what your backup strategy looks like. Is it the pray strategy? Because that, I know most business owners, especially small businesses, especially solopreneurs, that's what they're dealing with. And so if you are in that case and your strategy is pray, maybe you should call your managed service provider specialist so that we can get you set up with a strategy so that instead of pray, you can be call Josh with your backups. So that's all I'll say for now. I'm Josh Lamb, Sterling Grace Technologies. Call us if you want your tech to make you money, and if in a flood you want your tech to still be there. Thanks.
Josh, thank you so much. Shane, go ahead, sir.
Hey guys, Shea Bills, Proaction Health and Performance. So I had a patient come in the other day, been with physio and getting some treatments for about 10 months. She injured her MCL with like a few fibers still hanging on. Now, that doesn't mean it's going to be totally unstable. There's a lot of muscles that kind of come in through there. And even when we're doing stability tests, she still has a lot of stability in through there, even though she has a few fibers only left on there. We came in there and we're looking at it, and just so much scar tissue is in the knee. And scar tissue is so important to break down. That's why we work on it so often, because it creates strength, it creates flexibility, and decreases pain because of all the toxins that get built up in there because of lack of movement and things. So she had come in there. We saw her for about 3 treatments, and we already gained about 15 degrees, and her physio noticed it as well from just using shockwave, our manual therapies, as well as our GRAS, which is instrument-assisted therapies as well. So really helping her out, getting a little bit back to the stage of life where she can actually walk properly. She walks with a limp. She can't even be on her knees. And she's now been able to be on her knees now, and she's walking better. It's not there yet. We still got quite a ways to go. And it might be something where she actually has to have internal surgery to get rid of some of that extra scar tissue. But everybody knows when you cut things, you create scar tissue. So it is a catch-22, but hopefully they can get out more than they're creating. And helping her out is something that we're really happy that we can do for her, and she's really happy with what we're doing. So I'm Dr. Shane Bayless. Look, that's my Doc Hockey symbol, right? Doc Hockey, guys. Proaction Health and Performance. We see results. So come see us, guys. Take care.
Shane, thank you so much. And we're going to go next to Carl.
Good morning, Carl Richards. I run a full-service podcast agency called Podcast Solutions Made Simple, and essentially what we do is we help subject matter experts who feel they don't have the time or the technical skills to have a podcast. Not only do we get you launched, but we also maintain your show week to week so you can stay in your zone of genius in your business, and we can help you be seen as the go-to expert. I was chatting with a colleague earlier this week who launched a podcast, I guess a couple of years ago, and she's not happy with her host site. And she said, well, I think I'm going to move to another one, but only if they can guarantee I can get this many downloads. And it's kind of like saying, well, I'm going to go to this gym or I'm going to go to this dietitian if they can guarantee that my diet of salads is going to have me lose 50 pounds the next 3 months or something like that. There's a number of different factors that contribute to how your show is going to be received. It's the size of your community. It's how your content is being presented. It's all of those things. And if that even seems a little bit confusing, then you have to have a conversation with me and see if podcasting is the right fit for your business, your brand, and to help elevate your credibility.
Carl, thank you. Go ahead, Dwight.
Hi, everyone. Dwight and Nicole from Taste Sweet Life, catering specialist. We specialize in plant-based vegan foods, and this past 2 weeks we've been on the road consistently over the last weekends. Especially this past weekend, we're down in Lansdowne. Saturday, where we catered all day, or vended all day. Must have been 1,000 people that walked through the vending pavilion down there. So we brought our new product down there, Jamaican patties, and they were gone within 2 hours. So we're going to be putting those out over the next month, because we'll be back down there Friday nights for the next 4 Fridays starting December 1st, 5 to 10. So if you'd like to get some patties for your holiday catering, just give us a call, because we'll have those going in stock, frozen or just ready to go. Again, Dwight and Nicole, tastesweetlife.com. We cater and just present the meals for you that you will enjoy. Thanks.
Dwight, thank you so much. Mike, over to you, sir.
Bernie, question for you. Can change happen for a distracted driver that has bad driving habits? Well, I hope so, because I'm in the business of change. Morning, Mike with We Care Focus, Distracted Driving Education. The We Care Focus reference guide educates all drivers on the financial ramifications and the emotional consequences if they are distracted while driving. This comprehensive distracted driving education is where real change begins. It will determine whether you are a distracted driver, and then you can decide, are you redeemable or unredeemable? And I ask you, would this distracted driving education be a good investment in your family's driving safety? I hope so, because together then we can take a dent out of the statistics instead of your vehicle. Steering you straight.
Mike, thank you so much. Norm, tell us what you do.
Morning, Norm Boyer from Boyer Boys Help Ministry Repair. I was just going over a picture of a house we did, and I looked at what did we use on that house. We used Strasburger windows. We used a PorterTech door. We used Gentech vertical siding and flashing. We used a Novik imitation stone siding. We used mitten shutters. We used a Home Depot railing for the steps. We painted the steps with Benjamin Moore paint from Sanctuary Paint. And then the only supplier we didn't use was Fraser Wood Siding, which is for another job. So it brought into mind, boy, I have a lot of suppliers. I have a lot of sources to when somebody has a problem, I know how to solve their problem just by contacting one of my sources and say, do you have this? Do you have that? And what's the price on that? And then I can quote for the customer. So Boyer Boys Home Maintenance and Repair, we fix your home. You don't know how to do it. You don't want to do it. You don't have the time to do it. We'll do it. Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you so much. Sam, over to you.
Thank you, Bernie. Good morning, everyone. Sam Sturz, connectedcars.ca. Well, show off my logo there in my shirt. Shane did it, so I thought I'd do the same. Anyway, I'm going to start off today with first a public service announcement. It is November, and I'm growing my mustache, and there's a reason for that. It's also called Prostate Awareness Month. Both my father and my father-in-law's lives were cut short by prostate cancer, and I'm here to advise that if you've never had that done, you should be, certainly when you're over 50 years old, like I am, slightly over 50 years old, that you need to get that checked to make sure that you don't have the symptoms of prostate cancer. So that's the first public service announcement that I want to mention. The second thing is, well, it's tire season, and I'm slowing down. I'm getting some openings now for rotating tires, get winter tires on. And so if you want to sit in line, or you don't want somebody to come to your house and possibly have an accident and you get sued, come to my place. I can do the winter tire installation, and I'll throw in a free brake inspection at the same time. Sam Sturz, connectedcars.ca, today's mobile electronics without the cost of the vehicle, and lots more.
Sam, thank you so much. Jacqueline, over to you, ma'am.
Good morning, everyone. I did have to take a long, deep breath, lift my shoulders, take them back and drop them down, and accept a quick Zoom call because a family is at CHIO right now. And the question is, I need to reschedule our meeting. Of course we do. Of course we do. When you were looking at your next steps, it included that little human. And let me have you understand, that time is that time. And my money time has nothing to do with what's happening at CHIO right now. When you're looking for strategies for your mortgage money, take time for your family, because the mortgage honey will always be here. Namaste.
Jacqueline, thank you. Tony, over to you, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much, Bernie. Hi, everybody. Tony Jennis from Higher Self. I'm the spirit guy of the group. I figured I'd change things up a little bit and give everybody a group reading. There's somebody in this group right now that's going through a massive expansion. One of the things that are going to be in your way is, believe it or not, family and or friends. These are people that when you say, I have a great idea, then they come up with all kinds of ways that it won't work. All right. So if you have that pattern going on in your family, if for this week anyway, just ignore all your friends, family that are naysayers. You're getting the intuition or the reading correct, and it's them because of their limited beliefs. They wouldn't do it, so they're trying to convince you to do the same. One of the biggest things is clear your space. Make sure that your car is clean. Make sure that under the bed is clear. Clutter this week is going to be a big thing because clutter and concentration are very closely linked. A person that has a very cluttered car or a very cluttered place of business and everything, everywhere you look, you're tripping over things. Your thoughts are the same. Your thoughts mimic your surrounding. So clean some of this place up. That will bring your concentration in much higher. The other part is be in a state of receiving. Sometimes when you think you have to work so hard to get somewhere, and then all of a sudden it comes in sooner or faster, don't think there's anything going on. Just accept. Some people will reject it because they don't think they've worked hard enough or they don't deserve it or whatever. So that's my reading for today. Tony Jennis from Higher Self. We are here to raise your spirits.
Tony, thank you so much. So, folks, what I do is I connect businesses. You know, the B2B part, the travel circles you might not be reaching. Also do a couple of podcasts, Knack for Business. That's where I talk about people and their way they've traveled to get into their business space. I'm also involved with the Property Wizard, which is a commercial real estate investment podcast, and understanding that space. Also, the World Referral Network. I'm also involved in that space. We have a Tuesday group at 8 a.m. tomorrow, free to attend. It's part and parcel of the Phoenix Business Exchange. And so, who is speaking today? I think it's going to be me. But you know what? I'm going to have a device do the speaking for me. This is a pre-recording. So if you've seen it from last week, my apologies. But yeah, here we go. Well, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to hit share sound. So I'm going to stop sharing for a second, go back to the share screen and activate the sound piece. Otherwise, you're going to have to read lips that aren't visible. So just finish that sharing, and you should see something on your screen right now. Okay, good.
Welcome to the Phoenix Business Exchange presentation on Descript. This tool has AI features and is used to edit Zoom recordings for Bernie's Knack for Business podcasts. Even the logo you are seeing was created within the program in the last day or so. This is a part of the Creative Insight services. Here we go.
I'm opening up the script, which will show up on my right. Now, I can do an edit in several different ways here in the script. Let's do the audio, I can do the video, I can change backgrounds in the video, I can add content into it. And again, this is the whole process of capitalizing on this. Software is loading, which is great. And I go, hi, here are some files I've been working on. I have a series of directories. Here are some upcoming podcasts I have to edit. So this cluster right in here. I've done some editing with them already, and I'll walk you through what that looks like. So video project, it'll load up a blank screen, and basically it's a canvas where I can work, clean up the content. Usually I do a little bit of a preamble, and I will have an intro and extra that's been pre-built. So I'm going to drag and drop over my video. Here comes my video. So it's now adding the file to the system. What you're going to notice is, hey, transcribe? Yes, please do. It captures the file name, so I can track how it's being built. And it says, hey, there's only one speaker, but you can identify multiple individuals. So if it hears several people, great. Guess what? I've been in the system a few times, so it already knows who I am. What you're looking up here is the transcription taking place. It's at 50%. This is the soundbite. It's taking in all the information in. There are different things I can do with this particular platform. I can change the background so I can green screen myself. If my eyes were looking to the side, I can make them look straight ahead. As long as it doesn't look too creepy, like I wouldn't want my head turning sideways. And there's something called audio effects. And what audio effects does, it provides, you can change the sound levels within the composition. This little black square here is actually going to be the video. So you can move these squares around to suit so you can pick up information. At the top, you can do media. You can record from here. You can text in there. Shapes. So the reason you have a shape is you put, let's say, a box, put it behind something. Let's say so I'll give you a logo, and it's everything about the logo is transparent, save the lettering, but it doesn't show up well in the background. And then they have templates, and so you can create your templates ahead of time. So what you can do is add a new layer, remove filler words, shorten word gaps, jump the scene, so you can install within there sections. Search and script or ask AI. So we're going to come out of that. And here we go. This is my recording that it's picked up. So now I can go down here. I can slide this up. You can see how this is rolling. You see the word, that's part of our speech. That happens. So what I can do, I can go in and remove filler words. And it says, hey, there's only one of them. So I'll remove it. And it's gone. Now you'll see a little tagline here. If I come up and highlight the whole thing, and I go, hey, restore removed media, then it will come back. And much like your computer, if you go Control Z to undo an application, the most recent one, it will do that for you. So I'll reduce it. There's a couple other cool features within there. Now I've told the platform, the script, it's learned my voice, so I can actually type in my own words. I can record here and now. So it can say audio, camera, or screen. Okay. I can come up here and add a video into the background. And I could say water. So it knows that I'm sitting here, and I can add waterfalls. Uploading the media in at that point. You'll have my video right here. This particular, so I'm going to fade in and fade in. That's that adjustment capacity. All right. And enter. Right. So now I will say this. Uppercase. Then added text. And you'll notice on the right hand side, it's already started working with the image. This is the add text. Strict. Period. And I want to make this a different voice. There we go. So I want to change the speaker. Okay. So classic speakers. And in this case, I will pick Emily. And so if I want to change Emily, I can. And there are different levels of Emily system. There we go. It's a classic. Or I can do excited. And if I want to hear what's sounding, I'll hit that. So now I'll go back up. What can also happen here is I now have this section of space here, and I can highlight it, and I can delete it and shrink it down. So it comes a little closer. And this one over here, back up to scene one, I've told Zoom to record everything that's out there that I pick up on these conversations. So I'm just going to show you some quick editing that I can do and work with within Descript. So this is where it starts off. I'm talking, so there's a transcript piece coming out and so forth.
This is the added text with Descript.
And you'll notice that the image back over here for the waterfall has stopped. So I'm going to go back to this image here. And then I move my boundaries around. Yeah, less of this. And now I'm going to work inside this space. A couple of things are available to me right now. I can do studio sound, which means it's going to take the entire sound bite from beginning to end and soften it. Take care of any high peaks in the voice. So this is all AI hard at work. Zoom is using AI to do the transcript. I've done another transcript on top of it. It's applying it to this one scene. You'll notice down here, this whole thing has gone purple. This one is not. And I can also flip the screen around, invert myself, crop the content. I can apply to all scenes I don't want to. So what effect do I want to have? And I want to activate eye contact. So now it's applying eye contact, so always looking forward. There you go. There I'm looking straight ahead. Now, for the background, just don't want to do it to all scenes because I don't have effects in the background. I can change the chroma key, color adjustments, blur, film grain, pixelate as I need. The layout, I can change that. And I can layer order, so you can bring things front or back. Crop, reset. Notice I can do this. So I can shrink the screen down. It'll do it for the entire section that I'm editing. So everything that's in purple will get that edit feature on there. And I don't want to zoom and pan. I don't want to keep it feeling cozy. So I'm going to hit the play button. And I've told Zoom to record everything that's out there that I pick up on these conversations. So I'm just going to show you some quick editing that I can do and work with within Descript. So this is where it starts off. I'm talking, so there's a transcript piece coming out and so forth. All right, now I'm going to stop record.
This is the added text with Descript.
And there you go. This piece is what I go through. Less than video elements. Just to go back on this one here, I should be able to adjust the green screen. Activated green screen. So green screen's activated. So I've taken out my entire element at the back end. Now, if I want in this piece here, I can find some media. I can find a image. In this case, I'll change out of the waterfalls and I will put in Rising Sun. And just put something mellow in the background. Like that one. Go. And it's loading the media. It'll cover me up, but that's okay. I will now stretch it out. And then I will now put it in their order. I will move it backwards. There we go. Gives you a sense of what you can do. And that's one of the features of Descript. Then I come up to the publish piece. I will say, hey, what resolution do I want? Maximums of, yeah, maximum works, 720, that's good. Access with anyone with a link, on export it. Maximum resolution, 720, good. Medium quality, and I will tell it to push it into a file folder. So I'll hit export. It'll say, hey, where do you want to save the video? And I am going to go into my Phoenix Business Exchange files, where I'm going to go down towards my presentations. And I know I've created an area called prep area. So now I have this, and I will maybe add another word, final copy, and then tell it to store it. And so what now it's doing, it's going to export it. You have to be patient, and it's all dependent on how fast your feed works.
If you have any questions, please ask Bernie. Thank you.
There we go. So a lot of what you're seeing, and the reason it was kind of, even when I'm sharing it and I'm recording on Zoom, I'm using a SaaS product. So everything is in the cloud, right? So it's great when I'm working local, but when I'm pushing and pulling on two different SaaS applications, sometimes the bandwidth gets a little bit tight. If you have any questions, ping me. If it's something you're interested in, ping me. I can walk you through a bit of it and go from there. And
that last picture just before you zoomed out, the one with the debonair, tall, dark, handsome guy, was that an AI of you?
that was just me asking another AI program. And the other kind of key thing to mention about Descript, that you have also the same thing, text to audio or text to image. And I just ran a couple of different variations, so they'll give you like 3 or 4 options, and you say, well, I like this option. Now work with this option and run a few more until you go, yeah, that's what I like, or it'll just work perfect, and you download the file. It's yours, right? It's even the waterfall scene. If there's a sound bite you want to add, you can search, and it comes in royalty free to your space. If you can call it up on that platform, bang, there you go, you're off to the races, which I find really handy. Even the intro sounds that I'm picking up, it's, you know, you can type in what you're kind of looking for, and then it'll kind of sort out a list for you, and then you just cherry pick. The AI voices, like the Nicholas or the Emily, again, there's what they have, let's say a classic, and then they have a couple other options where you can go, you know, excited voice or slow voice or calm voice. You can change
voice
it
that
up.
Sounds like Mike, you know?
Yes.
Yes. I got a question for you.
Yeah, Mike.
It's a 2-part question. Number one, first of all, I've seen this presentation last week, and obviously you're very talented when it comes to doing this. 2 questions. Number one, when you started to dive into videoing and video editor, how long did it take you? And even after all your learnings, are you still sometimes like this by going, oh my God, I can't believe that's happening right now on my video?
So a lot of the experiences I picked up, some of the elements I picked up when I was taking from Carl's courses. So when you take a course from Carl on how to do a podcast, you learn how to edit. And so if you're already getting that, some of the stuff is like, well, this is, this is the second part to it. The video portion, just they'll give you instructions, or you start it for your original intent. In this case, I'm using it for podcast editing. The word or the filler words. When you have a 60-minute recording, that's a lot of it's a lot of fine tooth hunting. So it strips it out, and then you can go back and you can reinstall the words if you figure it out. And it's perfect to have that in there. That makes sense. So I capitalized on that. And so I also noticed later on that creating a video, I slide it in, and it goes. They talk about layers. So you have the WAV file. Then there's another layer at top. Where is the image showing up? And then doing the fading, where you see the little 2 white dots at each end of the box, and you kind of move them in. You're tipping them in. Well, that's fading in and fading out. You can probably do a lot more. I just there's amount of time that it takes, right? So training up into it, if you've already utilized other software, it'll take you less time to figure things out. They are upgrading the software on a regular basis, and they'll say, hey, something new's coming. You go look it up and go, well, that's handy. So much like driving a car, it's one thing to go through your driving lesson, then you graduate. You're not going to go from your what is the first class of driver's license you get? What's that called?
It's just a G1.
A G, right? And
G1.
What's the one for being a trucker for 18 wheels, driving a rig?
A.
Yeah. So from G to A, it's not it's not day 1 to day 2, right? Day 1 training, etc. So it's a graduation of training. Some of the stuff is, if you're into tech, you might not have a lot of difficulty. You might have to tweak a little bit, talk with somebody, and go back into a community space and go, so I'm looking for this, I'm looking to do that. But like say even the eye tracking, that piece came up and I thought, oh, that's handy. And I was doing something for another person. They handed me their video. I stripped out the background where they were looking off camera continuously. So I moved their eyes so they look forward. And as long as it doesn't look creepy, like, you're not stretching them out in some strange way, then, it's okay, right? So you have to look what happens. And if you capitalize on the AI components, then you have to double check, because in there, they can also do a piece where the AI can write your blog. The AI can do your social media notes. And, sometimes when it does a production, it'll give me 5 options. I'm like, oh, I like that one. And I like part of that one. I like part of that one. So I kind of merge them together and then put it in my own verbiage. So it has a lot of stuff in behind it. On the first kick at the cat, if you're just using it to edit on a podcast, just do the edit, get comfortable with it. Plus, what I also do is I pre-manufacture or pre-set up the intros and the extras. So I have my core content, and then I just bring in the front end and the back end behind it, stitch it together, and then that's the podcast you're hearing right now. I'm not doing video podcasts, but I can do excerpts or the audiograms you'll see on LinkedIn. That's all been built inside this. Sam.
The Descript software, is it expensive?
It's about $50, $50 to $60 a month.
A month.
A month. But what I've found is what they've done is they're adding other AI components into it, whereas sometimes someone will offer you an AI component. What's $20 a month? Well, over here it's another $20 a month. Over here is another $20 a month. Yeah. So it kind of pools at one spot. Between that and Canva offers a lot of great resources in that space too. Like text to image. Especially if you want to put something together fast. It's not, the art of doing the logo is one thing, but the art of getting a message out, you're looking for something that's kind of splashing, electrifying.
I thought it would be a straight purchase. I'm not sure why they charge you per month. Is there a reason why you charge you per month?
Well, they're storing all those files. I mean, like I have season 1 and season 2 inside their space of my
Oh, I see.
podcast, so it's hosting a lot of information in the background. So I'm not. Some places, like if you're, let's say, doing Buzzsprout, will charge you so much volume, but they're pushing it. They're pushing it out into to other spaces, and there is money in subscriptions, absolutely. But I mean, they're storing data for me, and they're adding new features all the time. I can't say that about all the other software programs, that I utilize. So it's, to me, it's capitalizing on it. Keep in mind, not all AI is equal. So when one says text to image, sometimes you go, yeah, that worked that well, and some are really awesome.
Thank you.
Hey, not a problem. Yeah.
Sorry, very quickly, what's your what do you think about different types of videos, meaning like styles of videos? For instance, you do podcasts, so you know what, you want it polished, more polished, take out the ums and what have you, and dress it up so it's very nice and clear and sharp and looks sounds professional, or it looks professional. What about other authentic grassroots videos? Is there a place for that? Like, or do some people go, I can recognize AI, that's just a, one out of 1,000, or what are your thoughts on that?
It depends on the information you're conveying. So if you're saying, listen, I'm a coach and I will work with you on subject, and this is, you don't try to feed everybody. I mean, that video fire hosed a lot of information at you, but it just kind of give you a quick glance at what it can do. When you're doing a tidbit of information, like you're doing a reel, a TikTok, you're just doing that moment in time. And here is a point to convey. So you're addressing it to an audience in the style that they are most likely to take it in. 1, 2, you're also trying to keep it short, sweet, and simple, to the point. You want to bring, it's part of the process, part of the funnel to bring them to the next step, to either your website or engage them, whatever the purposes are. And I got Shane who's put his hand up, and I got to wrap us up soon too, because we're 8:47. Shane, over to you, sir.
Hey guys, yeah, actually, just answering a little bit of that question there. He's talking about AI. There's actually a guy named Matthew Luke who I've followed, and he's kind of done some presentations. He's a chiropractic social media guru, basically. Anyways, he was talking about AI now and how there's actually Facebook and Instagram are now being able to detect if it's an AI post, and they're downgrading those people's posts and stuff like that through their algorithm and stuff like that. And to stay on top of things, there's now websites you can go to and plug in what you're going to write, and it'll tell you if it's AI detectable, which is really crazy too. But what Bernie was saying, where he takes a bit of a paragraph here and takes a little bit of that might negate some of that happening. But it's just so detailed now. It's kind of like why we use these people that actually do this as a living is understandable. And with the subscription stuff that Bernie was talking about, like I think it's a bit of both. Yeah, they're storing stuff for you, and you get way more money having a subscription, and it doesn't look as bad to the user saying, it's $500 today, or you know what, it's $50 a month or whatever. So definitely all that stuff, is trying to be user consumer friendly and get them to kind of buy on. And what is the program that you're using, Bernie? I missed that part.
The script, like the word description, less the ION part.
Okay, the script. Okay, great. Thank you.
I'll send you a link.
Cool.
Yep. So again, just to quickly wrap us up, it expedites your communication. You're delivering a message. Is it supposed to be all artificial head talking? No. There are other things out there that catch your eye, but you actually have to start coming in and making that a final home run connection at some point in time, whether you start it right in the outset or you kind of work your way into the conversation. It's however it works for you, the people you're communicating. Some people don't want to hear any AI at all. Probably aren't going to be on the social media much either. So, and now we're 8:49. I got to swing us back into what's happening this coming week. And I'm going to share a screen again. This time it is the calendar. So I'm just going to drive home here. The Phoenix Business Exchange calendar events coming up. So please register soon. That way everybody can, that way Tony can set up for that. It's $10 to attend. If you're sending Tony an e-transfer, let Tony know that you're doing an e-transfer for the Christmas party as opposed to you giving him a $10 tip. So some other things to tell you, there's a first prize, second and third prize inside that space. 6 ways to get your ballot. That's in right on there. Click on the Calendly link. That way you can start the process of registering for the Christmas event. Can't make it, that's okay. But if you can, that'd be awesome. All right, we're here on November 20th. Moving to Heel with Penny Lee at 10:30. Dave, if Dave's going to be available next week, so if you haven't booked with Dave, that's where you hook up with him for a slice of heaven, a taste of heaven. Penny Lee's busy again, making you move at 7 to 8. Tuesday night, we apparently don't have anything going on, which is okay. East End group and South End group meets. East End is Wednesday, Thursday is South End. Same time, same channel. Penny Lee is making you dance your heart out of there, 7 to 8. And I guess I got her in a double entry in that one. And we have Penny Lee from 10 a.m. to move my calendar up there a little bit, 10 to 11 and 3 to 4. Moving to Heel again on Friday. Tune in with Tony, get that kind of calm space into your headspace. Moving to Heel on Saturday, and Jacqueline's weekly chair yoga online, just becoming that chill state. And listen, December 9th is not that far away, folks. So please register for the event. Share stats: 465 referrals have happened this year to date. 448 BAMs. BAMs are business activity meetings, the meetings between members. Referrals are where you're talking to somebody and you go, hey, listen, go use Sam because he's got a great dash cam, or you need snow tires, or talk to Mike. You got a youngin that's learning how to drive and you don't want him to be distracted. Or those great Jamaican patties that Dwight's got. Yes, food. Yeah, some food centric. Or Carl's course. Or you need Josh to tweak your server, or Norm to put your siding on, or Eric to do your books. Well, he's not in Mexico though. And so, amount of money conducted between members, $237.5 thousand this year. That's a fair bit of coin between members. Your e-cards have been reaching up to 10,782 hits. In other words, people have been tagging your either QR code, you tapped your code, whatever the case might be, or you can put that in at the bottom of your email signature block, and you can promote in that space. And now we're going to swing over to the I haves. We will start off with Alex.
Thanks, Benny. I really enjoyed your presentation. Is that really you right there? I can't tell.
No, I'm fake. This I could shave off more pounds if it wasn't the real me.
So for me this week, my colleague Martin, our master electrician, met with Mike at his condo buildings, and we had a good meeting, and we're building a proposal for Mike and his team there regarding EV charging. So that was really good, and it was great to meet Mike in person finally. So that was good, and I think we can make some progress there. I was also at the condo conference in Toronto last week, which was useful. And this week I've got time to do some BAMs, and I'm going to connect and reach out and get some BAMs done before the end of the year. So that's me. Thanks, guys.
Alex, thank you so much. Carl, over to you, sir.
Thank you, Bernie, for sharing the insights of Descript. I think that's the most descriptive version of it I've seen, having played with it myself a little bit, not quite to the depth that you do, but certainly AI is a great tool to use, especially if you are trying to do stuff on the back end yourself. All those tools can save you. They might not save you much time, but they certainly will help you wrangle some of the tasks that need doing. So thank you. Tony, I hope you're feeling better. I heard you in your class on Friday. I apologize for being a little bit late, but for a minute I thought it was in the wrong class. I thought it was Barry White, but it wasn't. It was Tony. but it was certainly good timing, Tony. It was really great to get that message from you. So thanks, everyone. Have a great week.
Carol, thank you so much. Dwight, then Josh, then Shane. So Dwight, over to you, sir.
Thanks, Bernie, and thanks for the message earlier. I guess that probably can help me in my upcoming presentation for next week. Make it a little bit easier than going through the PowerPoint, but we'll see. As I said, this past 2 weeks we've been vending at the market, which has kept us really busy. This week, I know I had a couple of sessions set up with Suzanne to finish off, and then we have a Penny Lee coming up on this weekend, in which we're doing we'll get a 2-hour meeting with Penny Lee this coming week, and again, just preparing for night market for the next month in terms of building all their products. So that's going to keep us going until the rest of the year. So that's all we have.
Boy, thank you so much. Josh, if you're available, sir.
Yeah, thanks, Bernie. That was a very informative presentation. Really appreciate some insight into AI. We're definitely using AI in our own company here, both in a sense of generating copy kind of as a first pass for some of our web projects, which usually ends up being followed by a heavy rewrite by a human. And then we also have code being generated, in some cases, simple code, for some of the more monotonous projects. I do find that and this, I think that this holds true. This certainly holds true for the development side, software side, but I think it holds true just about across the AI spectrum right now. Is AI is a tool, and it's not a replacement for expertise. And so it certainly can speed things up, but there's a danger of people who don't know what they're doing and don't want to spend the time to learn using the tool. And I've observed, if you're coding and you get OpenAI ChatGPT to generate your code, sometimes it's completely on, other times it's just out in left fields, but most of the time it's 70% of the way there, and you need somebody who's got an attention to detail who can kind of evaluate it. So anyway, great tool. Thanks for that, Bernie. And everybody have a great week.
Not a problem. Thanks, Josh. Shane, over to you, sir.
Hey guys, yeah, I did the podcast with Bernie the one time. He goes, "Don't worry about your ums and oohs and all that stuff." So definitely a nice thing to have on your videos and stuff like that. So if you got the time, or maybe you have someone that can do that, I think it's worth every penny of it to have a professional looking video that cuts out the normal human fallacies of speaking. So anyways, thanks a lot with that. I did do some work with Wendy, and she sent me a referral. So people are trusting me more and more. So that's great, guys. So thanks again for all the referrals and going forward, and take care and have a great weekend.
Thanks, Shane. Eric, over to you. We can both do the intro and your I haves.
Well, the intro, I put my stuff on the chat line, and you know who I am. So I couldn't be here earlier because I had a meeting at 7 o'clock outside of the office. That was supposed to be a 15-minute meeting. But, people are pathological liars when they give you 15-minute meetings. There's no such thing as a 15-minute meeting. So I had to hurry back. This week, I am tying all the loose ends before I can go to Mexico. I worked all weekend to meet some of the deadlines, and I'll be working long hours this week to get things done before I can go to Mexico. And then on Friday, I won't care anymore, and I will go to Mexico. That's it.
Eric, you have fun. Mike, over to you, sir.
Thanks.
Thank you, Bernie. Great presentation. Second time I've seen it. A lot of wow information. Eric, it's crazy nowadays in society where we have 1 week vacation and we have to work an extra harder week before that and an extra harder week when we come back. I mean, there's something wrong in the system, what have you. Yeah, I had Alex and his master electrician over to the condo facilities to talk about the EV charging stations. So that was good. Had a great BAM. Also with Alex, got to know him a lot better. Sam is going to be creating a video for me for dash cams for my safety guide. And that's about what I got going on this week. And thank you, Tony, again for putting on that logo at the beginning and the end of my video. Appreciate that.
Jacqueline, just before you head out, sorry, you're up next.
So close. Anyway,
wow.
And Bernie, that was we're just gonna step right up. Bernie, that was an amazing presentation, and you know that I've sent a message to you saying, you know what, I need to know more. I'm looking forward to creating new BAMs, and I know, well, one of the big BAMs that I had done was with Wendy. So we're putting on a homeowner presentation at Capital Mortgages, so that'll be in Canada. And it's complimentary because the information out there should be complimentary. So have a fantastic day, and don't forget to take those long, deep breaths. Take your shoulders back and drop them down.
Jacqueline, thank you so much. And over to Sam.
Thank you, Bernie. Great presentation. I did see it last week, like Mike said. Very powerful program there, software program, and I learned that they have subscriptions now to these things. So it's definitely a moneymaker. I could see that. Things got on. Well, last week Tanya was here. I put new parking brakes in her vehicle. Steve Brennickmeyer, I'm waiting for him to find his lug nuts so I can change his tires over to his winter tires. Mike mentioned that I'm going to be doing a video on dash cameras for his WeCare Focus sessions, which is great. Thank you very much, Mike. And Alex is gone, but I continue to advertise for eVolta when I give my receipts to my customers. That's it.
Norm, over to you, sir.
Thank you for your presentation, Bernie. There's so much more that you have to learn. I didn't realize that individual could use AI, and this week was an interesting week because we got a new vehicle. Some of you may have known that our last bus died, so we had to buy a cargo van. Couldn't find another bus, and we needed to letter it. We went to 5 places. We brought the vehicle. 3 of them we brought the vehicle to. One of them, Boyer Sign, not related to us, in Brockville, bought the vehicle, they measured the vehicle. 3 of them didn't give us a quote. One of them kept putting us off about the details and so forth. And we ended up going with a guy that was $400 more expensive than the one that did give us a quote. But it's so important of timing. Like literally, we brought the vehicle to 3 guys. Here's our vehicle. They took measurements. Okay, we'll get you a quote. And we didn't get quotes from them. So we ended up getting the vehicle lettered, and it turned out looking really good. But it's a lesson to say, if you promise, don't promise something you can't keep. If you say, I'm going to get the quote to you in a week, do it in a week. If it's going to take you 2, say 2. So that's kind of a lesson for this week. What went wrong with what we're trying to get done. So this week I have some time for BAMs because I don't have a lot of schedule happening. A lot of quotes to do, but I won't be on the road. So have a good week.
Thanks, Norm. Tony, over to you, sir.
Thank you very much, Bernie. I saw that presentation last week. It's just amazing what AI can do, and it's a good way to, especially if there's so many that you're doing, and I know you're doing a lot of them. You just need that help just to move it through and get a lot of the repetitive stuff done. That usually what bogs it down, So ongoing business with Josh. I'm not sure Josh is still here. So yeah, Josh, we still got some stuff going there. And for Eric, if you have any room in your suitcase to Mexico, I can just throw some.
That's a big BAM. That's a very big BAM.
Are you
Hey,
kidding? With my
bingo.
wife going? Are you kidding? I just get a little piece of luggage like this, and I lose that on the way back, anyways.
Okay, well, so that suitcase thing might not work, but as long as it has wheels, you could just drag it down the thing. And Mike, yeah, you did some work for Mike to get that stuff done. Dwight, when as you were talking with your products and so on, you should come out with your own line of Nicole and Dwight's salsa or something, some kind of line that you could also sell as a over and above thing. Just a thought,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
see how that would work in some places because like around here, salsa is always a big hit. Having three kinds, the mild, medium, and whoa, and yeah, Sam, I'm going to be working on your videos this week. So sorry it's taken so long. Always something seems to come up. And then I got sick, and so anyway, we'll try and get that videos for you out. Okay, I guarantee you'll have the tires videos ready before spring that they don't have to. All right, thanks a lot, Bernie.
No problem. And Josh is right. It does, the AI can help alleviate certain repetitive tasks. And but he's also right. You have to go over what's happened. You just can't take it at its face value. Even if it's writing something up for you, you're looking at it going, yeah, that makes sense. Or it's captured the wrong element and you'll want to add and tweak it. As for looking like it's all contrived, yeah, you don't want to come across as a plastic entity. But if you're giving out a shot of information everybody's looking for, say Dwight makes a patty, Jamaican patty, out it goes, right? He's not doing each one individually for each and every customer. He's making a series of them for everybody, and then out it goes, right? So, yeah. The quote for the day: "The value of an idea lies in the using of it." Thomas Edison.